last night, and it's great to see the Council and Sommel getting out, bringing this roadshow to the people and finding out more about our marine life and what's happening out there to protect it. My name's Gene Hardy, and I'm the president of the local Surfrider Foundation and also a member of the National Surfrider Board. And I guess Surfrider Foundation, I'll just give a real quick intro. Basically, we have a fairly simple mission of protecting oceans, beaches and waves. And we've, as part of the Margaret River branch, we've got really three strong priorities this year. The first one is we've got an on-ground coast care project happening at Elmsbrook Beach, a lot of rehabilitation and trap formalisation going on down there, and we've got a big planting day on around June the 20th, if anyone's around. So that's one of our big priorities for this year. We've got the international, or the National Education Conference happening in Prevelly in early November, and that'll bring together some of the better minds in Surfrider and hopefully coastal conservation into one room. And if you get a chance to come along to that conference, I encourage everyone to come along. It should be a really good day. That'll be on Saturday, I think it's November the 12th. So we're organising that one. And our other big push really is this no-oil/marine park focus that we're here for tonight. And I guess our journey, Surfriders, began right at the start with Sommel when they bought the first showing of the End of the Line film down, and there was about 250 people came along, and it was a huge night, and it was, like I said, the first showing in Australia, and the film ended up going around the country, and Tracy Muir helped really bring that one out to the fore. And now looking, we've also been involved with the No Oil Rally, which was kind of, I guess, the first of a series of rallies up at Roadshow Park, and recently been fantastic to have Tracy and Laura and others really out doing a bit of political lobbying. I know they met with Troy Buswell today and Bill Marmion, the new Minister for Environment and Water. So it's just great that Surfrider can be really active on these different fronts, be it education or on ground or doing a little bit of lobbying. So it's great that we're here tonight, and I'd like to thank Tim from the Council and Save Our Marine Life, and also Jessica for coming down and speaking to us. And without too much more, I'm going to get Tim up here to thank some of the sponsors and kick it along.
Thanks, Gene. I think Surfrider are pretty modest about the awesome stuff that they do down in Margs and the impact that has right across the state. I'm from Conservation Council. My name's Tim with the Save Our Marine Life group, and just thanks everybody for coming out tonight. I don't know, for me from Perth it's a pretty cold night, but I just wanted to let you guys know what we're doing tonight. So we've got a quick presentation from Rob as well from No Oil, and then Professor Jessica Maywick is our guest speaker from University of Western Australia, and I'll introduce her when we get there. A quick video from New Zealand where marine sanctuaries have been in place a lot longer and shows some of the amazing sort of benefits there, and then we'll have some questions at the end. We've had quite a few sponsors who've helped us get this together tonight, so I just want to run through them. Saventi Organic Wines, the Larder, the Berry Farm, and Margaret River Savvies, who have all contributed to the raffle prizes tonight. So grab yourselves a raffle ticket, there's some awesome prizes. Sound Solutions in Perth, and Bevan's Seafood Producers in Albany, who provided food for Sustainable Seafood Barbecue tonight. And just also our awesome volunteer team. This is their third night in a row, and it's becoming a well-oiled machine, and they've set all this up for us tonight, so thanks guys. And there was... the other thing I had to mention, is on your seats you'll all see submission forms, and we'll talk a bit more about them tonight, but I just wanted to bring them to your attention. We're in a consultation phase about the marine parks that we're talking about tonight, and getting lots of submissions back to the government is really going to be what turns around the sort of things you hear tonight. So, as the evening goes on, have a look, and before you leave tonight, fill that out and pass it on to us, and come and talk to us, myself, one of the volunteers, if you need help. I'd like to hand back to Gene to introduce Rob.
Thanks, Tim. Yeah, our next speaker, I was lucky enough to meet at the start of his crusade. We were down at the beach when we first found out about this oil lease, and particular character had a fairly full-on role with his own business in the UK, going 1 million miles an hour before I think he decided to take a step back and come and relax down here in the beautiful Southwest. I think he could relax for probably about 5 seconds, knowing his personality, and then he heard about the oil lease and decided that was it. He was going to get right behind it, and there's been no stopping this man. He's given flowers to the Prime Minister. He's been up in a chopper out on boats. He's quite amazing with his passion. So, Rob, I would love to hear a few words from him. Rob Alder.
That's bigger than I had thought of myself. I know a lot of familiar faces here, so you're probably familiar with some of the things we've done already. One of the things that we're working on at the moment is trying to get this whole Mentel Basin ceded to marine sanctuary. We think it's the only way that we are going to be able to protect and preserve the coastal area, the food web and the marine environment. And the main point we're working on at the moment is that having this nice suggestion for marine protection inshore is pretty pointless if we're going to have 13,360 square kilometres of oil field offshore. So I'm going to keep this really short, just to let you know that we've got some resources available here, got some bumper stickers, petition for you to sign, and email addresses if you want to be kept up to date. In the meantime, anything you can do to write to your local pollies will be really important. That you'll hear from Jessica shortly and Tim about what's been left out of the draft map, and the glaring one for us is the Mentel Basin. It's about 50 nautical miles offshore. The total area is hardly prospective. It's not really wanted so far by any of the players that we know of. The submissions for bids closed last Thursday. I've had several attempts to get an answer from the department if a bid has been received, and they're still not saying yes or no. What we would have if no bids have been received is 3 or 6 months of further bidding, and I think this is an absolutely prime opportunity for us to all really get some welly up and try and get it ceded to marine sanctuary, especially if it's not prospective. It's the only area out of the 31 that were released in 2010 that wasn't requested by industry, and so that gives us a fairly good indication that it's probably not all that worthwhile. We actually would like the Department of Environment to favour the environment and not the oil industry. So if you're not already a friend on Facebook, we're No Oil for SW Beaches. We've got petitions up the back and bumper stickers. Please join us and give everything you can to try and get that huge piece of sea. It's almost 3 times the size of the Cape, handed over to the fabulous campaigning that Save Our Marine Life and Comms Council are doing. Thanks, Gene. Thanks, Tim. Thanks, Jessica. Thank you all for coming on such a splendid stormy night. I'll head back to Gene.